Today, we're jumping straight into something quite specific.
Yeah, really specific. We're looking at the very, very beginning of a major text.
Exactly, the absolute first question asked.
Right. And it sets the stage for everything that follows.
So the source is the text itself, obviously, and the scene it paints.
Oh, it's pretty intense.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about the sacred battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Yeah, imagine that. A place considered holy, but now it's filled with two huge armies, relatives, facing off.
You've got King Dhritarashtra's side and the Pandavas ready for this massive, kind of inevitable conflict.
The air must be thick with, history, duty,
Yeah,
all of it.
definitely. And right in the middle of all that tension, this question gets asked.
And that's our focus today. It's surprisingly direct, isn't it?
It is. King Dhritarashtra asks his advisor, Sanjaya.
Yeah, what does he say exactly?
He says, "Oh, Sanjaya, what happened on the sacred battlefield of Kurukshetra when my people gathered against the Pandavas?"
What happened?
Yeah.
Simple as that. Almost sounds, I don't know, mundane, considering the epic scale.
Right, but maybe that's the point. It's simplicity.
I think so. It's just a raw request for information.
Yep.
No spin, no justification needed, just tell me what went down.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. You've got the king, Dhritarashtra. He's physically blind,
Correct. Which is key here. He can't see for himself.
so he's asking his trusted guy, Sanjaya, for the raw data, essentially.
Exactly. A factual account. What occurred, not why, not predictions, just what happened then and there.
It's almost jarring, that simplicity, given everything that's about to unfold. Does that contrast, tell us something important?
That's a really good question. I think its directness forces us, and Dhritarashtra, to focus immediately on the events, the consequences.
Yeah, not the preamble or the politics so much, but the actual action.
Precisely. He already knows they're gathered there on that holy ground. He's not asking if they fought. He's asking what happened when they did.
So it's the starting gun, really, for the whole story.
Absolutely. This one question kicks off this massive narrative full of philosophy, complex characters, huge battles.
And it all starts with what happened. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Does asking that specific question first shape how we receive the whole story?
Well, it definitely grounds it in events, and maybe it highlights, a basic human need.
Yeah.
Especially in a crisis. We just want to know what's going on.
And Dhritarashtra, the king, is totally reliant on Sanjaya for this.
Which says something about information and power, too.
And let's not forget the play's sacred battlefield. That word's doing a lot of work there, isn't it?
It really is. It adds significance, maybe even a divine weight to whatever happened. It suggests the stakes are higher than just a family squabble.
Does it imply the outcome might be preordained? Or at least judged on a different level?
It certainly raises that possibility. It makes you ask, why start with the action on this specific ground? Why not the motives? Why not the strategies?
So focusing on what happened right at the start, it puts the spotlight firmly on the events themselves and their immediate results.
Yeah. It frames the whole thing as a report from this charged, sacred location about this clash of relatives, all driven by the king's urgent need to know the outcome.
It's the spark, like you said.
Exactly. And it puts us, the audience, right there with Dhritarashtra. We want to know, too, what did happen on that field?
So it's more than just getting the plot rolling. It sets a tone, a perspective.
Definitely.
Okay, so maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. Why this specific question? What happened? Why is that the absolute starting point?
Yeah, what does that choice tell us about Dhritarashtra, about Sanjaya's role, about the kind of story we're about to hear?
What kind of information is seen as the most critical right at that moment? Why that detail first?
It's a question